Hello everyone, today we will continue our journey to learn programming without coding technology. In this lesson we will learn about the components that exist in the check data type and conversion domain. We have three components inside this domain. The first component is called check data type, and using this component we can know the type of the value or variable. Say I would like to get the type for some value like hello, like this, and we can get this type as a string in a variable called C type, and we can print C type like this as expression if we would like, and we know now that this is a string. Also, we have another component called check character, and using this component we can know, for example, if we are using a lowercase or uppercase and something like that, like using is lower, and we will store the result in L lower variable, and we can print this if we would like to do this. And one thing to know about these components is that we have this text box that can be used for search, like say I would like to find is digit or is lower and so on. The third component that we have is called conversion, and using conversion we can convert say a string like hello from string to hexadecimal and so on. And we have other options like getting the ASCII code or converting to a number, or from number to a string and so on. So we will use this component like this, and we can print the C hex value as we can see now. So this is a quick demonstrations for this component, and we have here three examples. The first one, create a function called check variable, and this function get a parameter called value, and using the check data type component we can know the type and store it in a variable called C type, and we can check if it is a list and store this in is list and so on. We have is null and is number. Also we have is string. And in the start of the program we have some statements that use this function and pass a value like a number or a string or a list, or we can pass null. So now when we run this program we get the expected output that demonstrates the result of this check that we do. So here, for example, we check for a string, and we can know now by passing the second value, which is hello, that we have a string when we print a string after printing the type. So this is a good example about using the check data type component. And as we can see, we have different things that we can test. Now I would like to check the second example, which is about the check character component. It uses the same idea. We have a function called check character, and we check if this character is alphabetic character, or it is a digit, or something like lower or space or uppercase and so on. And here we pass some values that we can test. For example, when we pass lowercase a or uppercase a or spaces and so on. And notice that if we passed a mix between characters lowercase and uppercase, we can still check using is lower and is upper. So it is not just about checking one character, it can check many characters. This is something to know about this component. And in the previous example, something to know is that when we pass the null value, the null is just a string, an empty string. So when we use it, we get true. When we check it like this, we get string and we get true. It is a string, and we get true also when we check it if it is null or not. Now, looking at the third example, which uses the conversion component, we have a string which is hello, and this string we convert it to hexadecimal as we see here. Then we print the value, and then we convert from hexadecimal to string that we have in a variable called mystr, and we print this variable. So we get hello again. The last example here is about creating a list that contains characters from A to Z, and using a for in loop, we get each item in this list in a variable called t, and using the conversion component, we convert this character to ASCII code, and we can print it. So when we run this, we get the letters from A to Z and the ASCII code for each letter. This is a simple lesson about the components uses that provides checking the data type and conversion. Thank you very much, and goodbye.